walk around. Currently by the convention center, Substance Church. Convention center over here. Skyway parking lots. Hello, lots of rain on Friday. Yeah, very wet weekend. Good time out here. Remember, I think I came up from doing some work in my basement and saw the backyard was flooding a little bit. We had a good time. Did some mopping, did some cleaning. Let's start walking around. The Westminster Presbyterian Church. Yeah, very beautiful day today. A little bit chilly. You can feel winter starting to tease us of what's to come. Yeah. Too unbearable. Absolutely gorgeous sunny day today. But as we get later in the year, sun tends to mean a little bit colder. Not too bad yet. I think we're in the 50s. Very reasonable. Unlike where we'll be in a few weeks here. Well, hopefully months. The Minneapolis Convention Center ahead. Not sure what is going on there this week. You see people going in and out. There's likely something going on there. Sort of event. I've actually never been in there. Just go right through the red light there. No big deal. Manufacturing Minneapolis. Looks like that is the convention going on right now. inside and peek around the convention center itself, but I don't know how good the reception will be in there and don't want to lose the stream. So we'll stay outside, maybe make a standalone video in there someday. But that day is not today. This is the Architects and Engineers building. Church. Take a quick look at that. Or heading in and out. It's the ballroom loading tower. Vacant building here. Hopefully someone will do something with that soon. Here's that. Did I say Presbyterian Central Lutheran Church? Across the street from the convention center. The other side of the convention center. Which I probably could have just walked through and survived whatever lag we saw hitting. Going for it. I pushed the button. I've waited long enough. It's time to cross. Beautiful view of downtown from over here. Let's this way. The back Church. The newer addition over here. Not new, but newer. Looks like office spaces or something along the backside. Very cool building to drive by along 12th Street on your way onto the freeway when you're heading out of town after your work day, which I think it's about 5. What time is it? 4:50, so it looks like just about the time people would be starting to trickle out onto 35W South there. I think my chat might be delayed right here, so if you're writing something, I might be missing you. Hope you're all having a great day. Let's walk by this abandoned, I think it's out parking at this point, and head towards downtown. We've got the Hotel Ivy on the left here. Get a better look at the ramp here. Building that has been converted into parking. See the green light, but it's giving me the red hint. Another abandoned building here. Walk up 3rd Avenue here, go up to City Hall, so take a look around up there. Street. Everybody coming off the freeway, the highway there, into the city. and residences. Downtown improvement district. There's a lot of people. Here's their vehicle. They hang out, they walk around, they drive around downtown, do all kinds of stuff to try to make people feel welcome and safe around here. Minneapolis gets all kinds of bad press. They want to make sure that people coming down here have a good time. Surface lot. You can only imagine won't last too long as the city continues to develop, build up. It's that new Enterprise building. Not sure if that's their headquarters or if their headquarters is the other building over here. You have the Fichet Tower in front of us here. That was the tallest building in Minneapolis for decades until the building behind it, the IDS Center, came up in the 70s. The Fichet was built in the 20s. And I believe within a year or two of when it was completed, Fichet lost all of his money. He was a utilities or bonds trader or something like that. Kind of interesting story. I've been reading up a lot on Minneapolis history and St. Paul history lately, actually. A couple interesting and cool books I picked up from the library. Some that are more photo-based and others that are more based just on stories and information. Kind of cool learning about the place I call home. Hi, Travel Bug Denise. Travel Bug Denise visited from Colorado last week and didn't get to walk around nearly as much as they wanted. The weather was beautiful and I did take time to ride the elevator in the Young Quinlan building with Lee. Very cool. Another parking ramp here. Church up ahead that you see right going on and off the highway. But I think we'll look at that another day. I'm trying to stick with 3rd Street. That area is considered called Elliott Park, kind of a cool area. Elliott Park Hotel, Finnegan's Brewing Company. Lots of new development coming up over there. cool neighborhood right on the outskirts of downtown. You go about 2-3 blocks up here to get to Nicollet Mall. Some sort of construction going on across the street. Oh, everybody's driving over this thing and it's making that loud sound. And here's one of those, up ahead you'll see walking towards us, one of those downtown improvement district people. Around, giving you information, answering your questions. Hi. It is a little quiet downtown. Probably a little quieter than your average day. It is Indigenous Peoples Day today, sometimes celebrated as Columbus Day. So some of the buildings don't have as many people working today. Take a moment to acknowledge the Indigenous people who acknowledge this land of Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota before land was taken and occupied. Indigenous history here in Minnesota. Unfortunately, some of which is heavily at the expense of the indigenous people that brought Minnesota and Minneapolis to what it is now. Wars to mass executions. Is that St. Olaf's Church on the left? This is St. Olaf's Catholic Church right here. Yeah. Hi, Thomas. Yeah. St. Olaf's Church right there. I might come take a look at that on my walk a little bit here. SPS Tower. Get the zoom on this. Keep zooming in when I want to zoom out. I think we're good here. SPS Tower is a tower, or SPS Tower. SPS Global is a tech company here out of Minneapolis. Electronic data interchange or something like that. So sort of like processing. Whatnot. Cool. Almost looks copper building with that red in the glass. Right here is Government Center. Thomas, do you live in the downtown area? I'm originally from Minneapolis. Wife and I are trying to get back. Love the Twin Towns. I do not live in downtown. I work kind of near downtown, and then I live in South Minneapolis. So pretty close to downtown, but not within downtown. But I do love downtown Minneapolis. It's beautiful, it's clean. As you can see, there is construction and work being done around to try to keep the city beautiful. lots of new ideas coming through, trying to find ways to get people back into the buildings here as remote work becomes part of our lives. There's the Star Tribune building across the street. Behind it, Capella Tower. To get into the other Twin City more. I was last month, September, I really planned on doing more in St. Paul, and then I think that kind of fell through. Ended up being a busier month for me. I think the Minnesota Wild, they're a hockey team, have their first hockey game of the year on Thursday or something like that. So I might go try to see that. Not go to the game, but maybe go walk around that area, explore St. Paul, around the energy of that hockey event. People in Minnesota do love their hockey. Oh, I thought these had gone away. There was one of these pianos. Oh, this has been damaged. Unusable piano, unfortunately. It's got a couple keys, but piano is in bad shape. Hopefully someone didn't intentionally break that. Another one in North Loop by my work was recently damaged. And this guy up here. Well, I don't know if it was damaged, but I know it was recently moved, I should say. Sorry. Hopefully that one wasn't damaged. I thought that they had just taken it away because that piano project might have been finished for the year. In your opinion, is it safe to live in either of the downtowns? I've heard a lot of talk about how dangerous it is. Just wanted your opinion. Thanks. I think it's pretty safe. It's pretty normal. I've lived here in Minneapolis. I've lived in San Francisco. I think, unfortunately, you do hear about things happening, but for the most part, it's mostly just people out enjoying their time, having a beautiful day here. Should walk through the building. Hopefully I don't lose your service as I walk through. Alright, we are back outside. I hope we didn't cut out too much walking through in front of the beautiful Richardsonian Minneapolis City Hall. Gorgeous building. I do think we do need to, I mean, you can't be in Minneapolis in 2023 without talking about that crime concern, unfortunately, because you do hear a lot, whether it's on the news or next door or accounts on Twitter putting out unverified crime information, and unfortunately it does happen to people. There are people who do get mugged and do get carjacked, and I have had friends who have said that they've experienced those things, and that is not something you want to see happening in your city. People have strong opinions about city leadership, judges, and all sorts of things, but overall I think on a regular day, if you're walking around downtown Minneapolis, if you come visit the city, you are more than likely not going to experience anything like that. Unfortunately, it is a possibility, but I don't think it's something that is happening to every person. St. Paul, I can't speak as much to because I really don't spend too much time in St. Paul. I would like to spend more there. But same thing for San Francisco. My friends who are still living out there say that much of this talk about the doom loop and what you hear about how unlivable and dangerous it's become has been exaggerated. And as we watch the Metro Transit Blue Line come up, which you hear a lot about safety on transit, safety on trains, and of all the people I know who ride trains and ride buses, I know one person who has had a unfortunate bad experience on there that was somewhat of a dangerous run-in. Nothing ended up happening to them, but they did get followed a little bit afterwards. You don't ever want to have to see people going in those sort of experiences, but unfortunately, I mean, we saw, you can't see right here, just now we had 3 Minneapolis officers go onto a train there, so they are patrolling the trains. They're looking for something on there. 3-4 officers just went on there. Yeah, they're working hard to try to keep the city safe and make sure that the people of the cities feel safe here. Because no matter how it is in downtown Minneapolis, if people are made to feel afraid and made to feel that they can't come down here and have a good time and be in a safe space, they're not going to come down here. And we got to improve that perception, however it may be, and I think that's through giving reason for people to come down here on a daily basis, to where, you know, you come have lunch out here and you see there's nothing really going on in this government center. Yeah. Thank you for all that info, helps a lot. Sorry Thomas, maybe I was rambling a bit, I get going sometimes, and yeah. Do they still allow people to view the Father of Water statue in the original courthouse there? Is that the statue here in the lobby right here? I'm not sure. There is this water feature right here. I don't know how the stream works inside, but you can kind of see there. I do plan to do a video in the Skyways sometime this winter. Hopefully once it gets either a little colder or maybe some snow outside, and then walk through there, and I'll make sure to check out that fountain. Oh, the green roof across the street here. Yeah, that's the city hall there. I've actually never been inside. I've admired it from afar, but I know, I want to say there is a statue out front. Let's go take a look at it. We have the U.S. Bank Towers, another Minneapolis-based company. We have the headquarters here, as well as sponsoring the football stadium. Yeah, the building itself, the exterior, I'm very fond of. From the clock towers to the structure to the materials. It's just a gorgeous building. Hey, hope it's a great day in Florida. I'll be jealous of you down there in a couple weeks here. Travel Bug says they parked downtown and walked place to place for about 4 hours and didn't feel unsafe. I was so alone, and compared to Denver, it was quiet. Yeah, definitely a very quiet downtown area. I think many people who have lived here for a long time or lived here in the past will tell you that it's not what it used to be. Right? Very quiet space. Hopefully we'll see a change to that soon. There's Hubert Humphrey. And there's a statue inside. It says it's open till 6. Let's go inside and see if we get kicked out. If I lose you, I'll come right back out. Sorry. Looks like there is some renovation or construction going on in there, and I don't know where that statue is, so maybe I'll go find it someday and then show it off that time. This is the new Minneapolis Public Services building. I will say, do have one complaint I'm going to share about Minneapolis, which is we have our jail house here across the street, the Justice Center, whatever, Regional Justice Center, public safety facility, whatever it is. This fence was put up in 2020 and it is 2023 now. I think at some point we got to take that down, all right? It's been up for long enough. At some point you gotta decide that's not how you want things to look and how you want things to appear. So the fences around the public safety facility, yeah, not a fan. And that man back there was not a fan of me. Well, maybe not necessarily not a fan of me, not a fan of what I'm doing. What can you do? Can't please everyone. I fully respect his wishes for me to get lost and stop recording him, because if you're walking into a public safety facility, you probably don't want to be recorded. Don't think that is an unfair thing to ask. This is the Great Exchange building. already been about 45 minutes. Thank you to everybody who is watching. I hope you're all having a great day, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is where you are. I hope you're enjoying Minneapolis. Appreciate you coming along. Thomas says, are the Skyways still active? I remember all the businesses that used to be in them. Loved walking the Skyways. I never really went in the Skyways too much before the pandemic. I worked in Uptown at the time. And now walking through them, I think the vacancy in there has really increased a lot. I did go to the St. Paul Skyway a bit before that, and the Skyways definitely have a similar to the streets here, where it's just kind of that odd quiet, where it feels like you have this space that you feel like should be occupied by a lot more people, but it's a place where people should be, but there's not really people. And I think the Skyways are one of those things that urbanists often have pretty strong views about. So a lot of people are anti-Skyway because they feel it takes people off the street, and they're saying, oh, nobody's in the street because it's a Skyway. And then you have other people saying the only way people ever go downtown is if it's because of the Skyway. But I think Minneapolis should lean into the Skyway and really make it part of their identity and make those Skyways really cool and do as much as possible inside there, to where the Minneapolis Skyway system is a sight to be seen and something that when people come to Minnesota, they want to visit. Make it to where there's cool stuff in there. Now it's a couple restaurants and stuff, but a lot of what was in there has closed. Yeah, you will see the Skyways soon, once maybe November, December, once I get that video recorded and find a day I can slip out during lunchtime when stuff is at least open, because I don't feel it's fair to record a Skyway video when most of the stuff is only open 11 to 2. Which maybe is part of the Skyway, where downtown is viewed as this place that you only go to between 12 and 2. Outside of those regular business office working hours, you don't really do much outside of the theaters and music venues and stuff. Got to find a way to make it feel like a place to be all hours of the day. This is the Sioux Line building. The Railroad Empire was actually the tallest building in Minneapolis, I think, for less than a year before that Fauché Tower was built in, I want to say 28? It was right before the big market crash. Travel Bug Denise agrees about the Skyway. Thinks that it's something that could be cool and that is unique, which, yeah, it's just when you have something unique that is your own, you got to kind of lean into it and do it really well. Not make it feel like a vacant space. So this Sioux Line building used to be the headquarters for that Sioux Line, the train line, transportation, and then now it is converted into, I think there was a bank in there for a while, or a company, and now it is offices. So they've switched it to, they retrofitted it into apartments about a decade ago. I think there was recently like a window broken in or something in there, and I saw it all over the crime internet. They were talking about how out of control Minneapolis is because someone broke a window there, which you don't want to see that sort of stuff. Oh, the crossings on Washington. Thomas says, I can't wait to see that. I used to live in the crossing on Washington, use the Skyway for everything, so unique. Yeah, so the crossing on Washington is a great building. That is, there's the is it Skyway Walk is the Chinese restaurant in there, and then across the Skyway there is the sandwich place. What is the name of the sandwiches? I went in there briefly a few months back during one of the more recorded videos, but the name of the sandwich place in there is escaping me. But yeah, very popular sandwich place in the cities, and then that Chinese restaurant right there. About a block or two up from Nicollet Mall there. Really cool building. And then kind of the edge of the Skyway system there. Yeah, I actually think I was talking to my boss the other day. I think she was looking at moving our office space into one of the towers near there. So that is some cool and potential change in my life. That would be cool to be connected to the Skyways. I do love North Loop though, so either way, lots of cool stuff to see. Capella Tower, the Halo building. It is bugging me that I can't remember the name of that sandwich place. I'm sure I'll remember it as soon as I cut the stream off in a bit, but oh well. Type of sandwich they have at this other place. This is the North Star Center, currently being renovated. The Hotel Indigo, which is also recently renovated. Uh-oh, we got a troublemaker in the chat. I can delete comments from this. I don't know how to do any of that. But if I could, I would be deleting those. I got a spammer. So Star Bistro and Restaurant, brand new restaurant, just opened up last month or so. I want to say it's owned by Baker Building, Baker Center. A lot of cool details on some of these older buildings. And then that Ameriprise Center way across the street. It says transmission is unstable due to a weak network connection. So hopefully you can see, hear, all that good stuff. If not, Alright, we're coming up on that St. Olaf Church that we talked about a bit ago. Oh, this is the Minneapolis Club. I believe it is an invite only. Nice. I think they have a bar, a restaurant in there. It's supposed to be kind of a cool spot. There was, I want to say, someone who posted on Twitter a few weeks back a musician or someone who had played in there. And yeah, they're in the Minneapolis Club. Never been inside though. Maybe one day when I don't have a camera going, I will walk inside there and check it out and see if it's something I can show around, but people don't tend to love it when you walk in recording them. What am I doing for Halloween? I'm not sure for Halloween specifically. I know that Anoka, the city of Anoka, has labeled itself the Halloween capital of the world. And there's like a parade up there, a Halloween parade, which I might go check out. I've actually never been to that city. They say they do all this Halloween stuff, so I think that could be a fun thing to walk around and record one of these days. Yeah, most of my Halloween plans will probably be based around meeting up with neighbors in my neighborhood and trick-or-treating with the little kids. Dagwoods! Thomas, thank you! Dagwoods, I was saying Doggos. Dagwoods, that's what it is. Great sandwich shop. Really good stuff right there in the Skyway. But yeah, not quite sure about specific Halloween plans. I'll have to find some Minneapolis Halloween stuff going on that I can hopefully show to the channel. We went to a soccer game at Allianz Field this weekend for Minnesota United. One of the guys scored 4 goals. It's crazy. But there were all these people with their drums out there singing and stuff, and a group of them all wore these inflatable dinosaur costumes. So they were out there banging on drums at this soccer game wearing inflatable dinosaur costumes. It's pretty funny to see. Always love costumes and people dressing up, doing cool stuff. It's the Minneapolis Club. I think I will head around to the other side of this building, go get us some nice views of the wonderful Fouché Tower, and then call it an evening here. But thank you everybody who has been watching. Thank you Thomas, other people in the chat. Appreciate you all being here, especially interacting. Making me feel like I'm not walking alone. Always good. Yeah, Thomas says, wow, thanks for showing St. Olaf's. Took the Skyway from Crossing to Olaf's. Yeah, it's one of the cool things about the Skyway is connects the whole city. So in those midwinter days, you can, might not be direct, but you can get pretty much anywhere. And then even when you consider the way the Skyways are designed, like the crossings, there's a lot of different unique ways that they were done. And some of them just look a little bit more basic. You got this one is that copper with patina or whatever. There's ones that have different like ornamental glass on them. Yeah, one of the things I really appreciate about what this channel has done for me is encouraged me to slow down and check out some of those details and the different things throughout the city and enjoy them all. Jack says, were you at Open Streets Lindale? No, I wish I was. I went last year, I think. And then I've actually done quite a few Open Street Lindales before. And I didn't end up recording any Open Streets this year. No, was not out there this year. We got some buses outside of the W. Wonder if we've got tour groups or musicians or what going on here. Well, we've got a design on the side of the bus. T-call, taking into consideration all lives. Drinkwater.com. Yeah, Open Streets Lindale I was not able to make this year. Obviously a really cool event, opening up the streets to people and closing off the cars. Lindale, they do that for what? It's like a 20-something long block from it's like 28th to 42nd or something. There's a massive amount of streets just being opened up to people. And then it's a shame, we're not really sure what that's going to look like in the future. Yeah, so not really sure what Open Streets is going to look like in the future because of that uncertainty for funding related to it. So hopefully somehow it can be sustained and you can find a way to make it happen. Thomas says his wife lived at the Churchill at the beginning of the Skyway. 111 Marquette. That's how I met her in the Skyway, is the memory. What a cute story. Awesome. 111 Marquette. We're on Marquette yet. It'll be 10 minutes this way. Here is the shade downtown. Well, thank you for watching and thank you for chatting. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Feel free to leave me a comment in the comments or send me an email. Let me know places in the area that you'd like to see, that you think are worth exploring. I'd be happy to check them out. We're here at the corner of Marquette and 10th, looking at the music mural. There's a beautiful image of Prince standing in front of that mural. Minnesota icon. And this space will soon be developed into a mixed-use tower. I believe they're just looking for enough tenants. Once they get enough tenants to agree to leases in there, they will start construction. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your night. And hopefully I will either stream or record a standalone video later this week. And we will be in touch soon. Take care.